Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And it is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. This is the place we have those conversations that needs to be had. And of course, I always inform you and invite you to tell everybody when it's a conversation that needs to be talked about. This is the place that you can do it and feel comfortable taking care of that conversation. I believe the only way that we can come to a resolution is we've got to be adult enough to sit down and talk about it, because I believe two minds are much greater than one. And today we are going to be covering something I think that should be covered. You know, every single day I go out and I find guests that's going to tell you things that you're not even aware of, that's going to put a topping on it that makes you want to just take a bite out of it. You understand the concept, right? But with it being Women's Month, I want to recognize women. I want to recognize that women are yes, I'll say it, we carry the torch. And when you give something to a woman, no pun intended, men, but women will go to the utmost to make sure that it is done correctly. And today I've got two ladies with me that will do it and do it and do it and do it. And I look, now she's already making me smile. But Robyn, and I tell you, and my girl, Doctor. Look, but you see that hand? Hey. Yes. But yes. You know what, when I saw this, and with it being Women's Month, I really want to focus on the things that are going on, that's coming up right here in our city. Yeah. And with you, Robyn, I have to say, everybody knows Robyn, and that personality that you have that is so beautiful. But when you deliver a message on whatever it is that you're working with, it's the way you deliver that causes it's easy to comprehend what you're talking about because of your delivery. The way that it's put forth, and don't everybody have that talent, and you got it. And when I saw this, and when I saw what the title was,
we can close the show now. We can close the show.
But no, and then my friend here, every day when I see this blog that goes on, look how she's smiling.
Uplifting, motivating.
That's right.
Yeah, motivating, uplifting.
That's motivating, because some of us don't realize we're stuck when we are. Amen. And with that you've taken the time to do that, come on, that helps so many people, because there are some people when they wake up, the first thing they do is what? Touch that phone, or they touch that pad. And then here's a face that's coming up that's going to inspire you. But I want to say good morning to Miss Lewis. I want to say good morning to you, Miss Lewis, everybody there at Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy, because I saw her name across this, that with this event that's coming up this weekend, that I'm going to turn it to you, Robyn, because only you can tell the story the way it should be told. Talk about this weekend for everybody, and how did it get started? What motivated? The motivation of the freedom that should be with things how they are today.
Yeah,
I know only you can tell us all about it.
So thank you, first, Sunshine. Thank you so much for having us on.
Of course.
So this is, and that, as you said, that it is during Women's History Month, really goes to how our stories are important to be shared.
Exactly.
And so it's not that we weren't there, that we didn't do something. It is this opportunity to be included in our history, so that the little ones today, the ones yet unborn, can know who all said that it was not only certain people, certain gender, certain whatever, that it was all of us who made this happen. And
most certainly.
So this is, this work is called Freedom is a Priceless Boon, or the Emancipation of Abraham.
Exactly.
And so we have Sarah.
There you go.
Here.
Doctor.
Dr. Sanda Winborne has some amazing talents, and Sarah's in the house. And so this work, it's a theatrical production based on a true story that happened right here in Pensacola in 1882.
Wow.
And the words actually come from an article that was talked about around the emancipation of Florida in 1884. So this article was, what is that, 19 years after the emancipation. What is that called, an op-ed in the Pensacola Journal was written, and they were talking about this idea of celebrating the emancipation and those who do not appreciate liberty don't deserve it. And so then it ended with that, because freedom is a priceless boon. Freedom is a priceless benefit.
Exactly.
And so there is no price that you can pay for freedom.
None.
But yet it costs something. And so this whole idea of emancipation, of freeing people who should have been freed anyway, but the inhumanity that we'd shown to each other really came to this end, at least on paper. It came to an end with the end of the Civil War. And so then here you have the emancipation, this freedom of people. And so that's what the article is alluding to, that it is really a priceless benefit to everybody.
That it is.
And so that's what this is. And unfortunately, it was a tragedy that inspired
that was my next question.
It was a tragedy that inspired this. It's a true story of a man who worked on the railroad. His name was Abraham Jackson, and that's all that we know about him. That his name, that he was a brakeman on the railroad, and with his a fellow railroad worker. Abraham Jackson was black. With the fellow railroad worker, Daniel Heffron, who's white, who was a firefighter on the railroad. They were going out to an emancipation celebration out down near the bayou. So right when the bayou comes into Escambia Bay, Pensacola Bay.
Right.
And so this is the true part, that when they were going out, the train that was taking passengers to celebrate celebrants out there backed up and ran over them. And Daniel gets hurt, and Abraham gets hurt. And so that's the true part of this story. We don't know much about Abraham, don't know much about Daniel. And so 2 days later, Abraham dies. And so the story comes in those 2 days, so that he goes and imagines, so amidst this tragedy, he remembers his life. And remembers the most important thing in his life was the beautiful Sarah.
She said, yes, I got that. And you know, it is wonderful with this that you're doing this with such a time as things as they are now. I think this is perfect timing. I think it's perfect timing. Doctor, somebody, our phones are, you all got the phones ringing before we get here, baby. The phones are already going. Somebody's on the line. Let's get this person off the phone. I mean, that's a good sign. Somebody must like this or something that's going on. Got to be. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. This is Ardelia. I want to let you know that these are two of my favorite ladies. I can listen and learn from them all day, every day.
That's right.
Thank you.
And just to let you know, I was so excited about this upcoming event that I went down to Little Rock Sunday afternoon at 4:30 just to be there on time. And it was not a car in the parking lot.
Wrong day.
Right time, wrong day.
I got tickled at myself. But anyway,
but that says something within itself.
I will be there Sunday on time.
Thank you so much.
But I was just early this time.
Be early.
That shows the intrigue already.
Right. We should have a special prize for the first one.
You got it that way. No, she won because she was last week.
That's right. By default. That's
exactly.
right.
Well, thank you, Adelia.
All right. Well, y'all take care.
All right. Bye now. That was cute. That you ought to give a prize. I mean, you're a week ahead.
That's right.
That deserves it.
That's
now,
right.
we're going to go back now to Dr. Sarah so she can talk.
Yeah, I'm excited to play this role of Sarah because I've been a singer for a long time, but my education kind of got out ahead of me. I was trained in New York, starting at the age of like 14, 15. I was already in groups and stuff in middle school. By the time I got to high school, I did a play, and a woman in the audience, her name was Sylvia. Miss Sylvia was married to a doctor, and she said, I want that young lady, I want to give her lessons, voice lessons for free.
Really?
So I had voice lessons from the time I was like 14 and a half until I went off to college. And in college, I started as a voice major. So as a voice major, I was in the Women's Glee Club, which was exclusively, up until that point, all white, because I went to New York State School, which was college called Oneonta.
Right.
Oneonta was in upstate New York. It was a 98.9% Caucasian.
Right.
And there was me, along with 299 other African American or Hispanic students. And we learned what we didn't know. We got to be in places that we had never been in before.
Absolutely.
And I was so excited to be, asked to be a part of the choir, and I ended up being their soloist. So I would lead all kinds of songs, and I never had what you would call perfect pitch, but I had like what they would call like almost like absolute, where I could hear the note, and 2, 3, 4 hours later, they would say, we're going to sing, this is a lovely day to spend the evening. Lovely time to spend the evening, and I would actually sing the first note, and the rest of the 60-voice choir would come in, yes. So I had done things that had set me up along the fact that, I grew up with my brothers and sisters in upstate New York in the Capital District, and we were called the Gary Kids. The Gary Kids would go around and we'd sing 4-part harmony. We could do it all, and my sister Shirley was a soprano. My brother Ronnie was the bass. My brother Tommy was the tenor, and I was the alto. We could sing anything a cappella, and we'd go around at Christmas time, and that's how we earned our money.
Oh, wow.
In order to have money for Christmas. My folks didn't make that much money. They were part of that migration that went to New York from the South. So we benefited from that. So music has always been a part of my life. It went on 24/7 in our house. My parents played it and on Sunday, that was the only Sunday my father could not play. He could not play jazz.
Not
Sunday was gospel. So we listened to gospel music and Mahalia Jackson.
Can I just ask you real quick, on Saturday, did you do what those in the South,
Come on now,
play the blues while you clean on Saturday?
Oh yeah, Saturday morning started with the blues. Saturday morning started with the blues, and you better be working.
I'm telling you.
Everybody had a job to do, and everybody better do their job.
Absolutely.
Or Lily came back in and she was on you, so yes. Absolutely.
The music was going, but the cleaning was happening.
The cleaning was happening.
You clean with it.
Yes.
Now with that, aren't you excited to be able to go out, and now you're coming back here in this production and all of this, you're going to be singing and all of this, and it's going to be taking place this weekend, so don't get your days messed up like my friend, I tell you. It's this weekend at Greater Little Rock.
Greater Little Rock
at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
And doors open at 4:30. Yeah,
absolutely.
And it is free and open to the public.
I saw that it's free.
If you like history, if you like music, if you like songwriting, if you like musicianship, we're going to talk about Eric Dozier, and if you like military, if you like love stories, if you like, so I like Shakespeare's tragedies more than I do his love stories. So if you like tragedy, because there's a lane for that. If you like love stories, if you like this history of railroads, there is in this you will find out that there was a component that the railroad service played during the Civil War. So it's all of these little facets of our history that combine to make this story.
Absolutely.
So 4:30.
I really want to encourage all the parents and to please let this be your Sunday afternoon outing. Bring the family. Bring the kids. It's free. But also they're being educated. Right. And you get to see something in a different way, because I think sometimes when people, even with music, you learn in a different way when it's delivered to you.
Absolutely.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we're going to make sure we capitalize on this time here, because this show night's going to be played again this afternoon at 6 o'clock. Okay. So therefore we can spread the word, so everybody will make sure
watch it again,
that they can come out and be a part of this production that's coming up this weekend.
And it's living history too,
exactly.
So that you have someone who's playing the role of Sarah, but Sarah really represents the women who, not just in Pensacola, but in the South, who did the service work and did it. And I'm not saying they did it with a smile or but they did it. And
Absolutely.
so not only to for their livelihood, but to stay alive as
Most
well.
certainly. Most certainly.
Yeah.
And everybody, we want to encourage you, stay close now. Be a part of this conversation. If you want to know more about it, you can call 850-432-7768 or text that same number and talk to our beautiful guest, Women's Month, right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
Do you have a house that you want to turn into cash? I'm Mike with Mullet Man Buys Houses from Pensacola, Florida. Maybe you inherited a house, are facing foreclosure, have tenant issues, or the house is in general disrepair. I buy houses cash, in as-is condition, and close in as little as 3 weeks. I can provide you a competitive offer the same day I walk through your house. With Mullet Man Buys Houses, you can find the easy solution to put cash in your hand as quickly as possible.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
At Pensacola Habitat for Humanity, we believe every child should have a safe place to grow. That's why we work with you and the community to build not just a house, but a home.
She worked very hard to get this house. I really appreciate that because, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
When you help build a home, you build a future. Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
And welcome back to this edition of Sunshine's Corner. We're talking about singing to here because I hear about these octaves going up to like Minnie Riperton and all this good stuff.
Well,
I mean,
Minnie ain't in the house.
I mean, but look, and just as Robyn was saying, when you were telling about that history of that's in your family, my goodness. May I have your autograph?
Not yet. Wait till I finish. Let me see how I do Sunday.
Let's talk about the entire production. Everybody that's in it, how did it come about? And I mean, all of the parts, including the singing.
Sure.
Tell us about it.
So this actual story, let me give credit to the young lady that's actually at Greater Little Rock. I think we had met maybe in the community, but she called me last year and asked me to speak at UWF, at the University of West Florida, for Juneteenth. And I said, and so I said, and my spirit wasn't there for speaking. And I said, Barbara Benefield. I said, how about if we do something different? How about if we really bring Juneteenth to life? So this whole idea of emancipation.
Exactly.
And I was feeling a little love. I was feeling some warmth. I ain't gonna talk about my husband, but I was feeling a little. that may have been a little inspiration.
I hear you.
And I was really feeling that. And so having read this story about Abraham and just kind of wondering what happened in those 2 days, and then how do you really humanize these experiences that African Americans had during the 19th century, because we hear facts, right? You hear facts in this, but how do you really humanize these stories of them? And so this story is this 2-day, it really encompasses this 2-day revelation that he is going through. And so so I am excited to have, as you said, Dr. Sanda Winborne plays the role of Sarah. My son, Robyn Reshard Jr., plays the role of bass baritone, plays the role of Abraham. And he also helped me arrange the music. His degree is in vocal performance.
That's right, because he's a musician.
Yes, and so it's good to have these people come. He's an opera singer, and so it's good to have these people lend their I've said this all the time, I love working with professionals. So I can do something at the last minute. They will look at me, and then they go, okay. But they look at me first. Yeah, like what you, yeah.
Exactly.
And they make it happen. And then we have what a lot of people in Pensacola know, and now New York and all over the Eastern Seaboard is Eric Dozier.
Oh, yep.
Who is a musician. He calls himself an itinerant blues preacher. And his work, Henry Box Brown, is in pre-production for Broadway. So get him at this, to get them at this iteration is a beautiful thing. He was the cultural consultant for the Louis Armstrong story that just was on Broadway.
Exactly.
And so so excited to have him. And then we're introducing a new person that's in the story already, but we're bringing him to life. Captain Isaiah Richardson, who's a real person in history, was with the Garfield Guards. He was the commanding officer for the Garfield Guards, and we're bringing him to life in this production with a hip-hop artist named Sarge, or Ty Jones, Tynariel Jones. So he's going to make his introduction. Captain Richardson is making his introduction, and Sarge is making his introduction. And so he really brings this military component to life, and this pride in country, this pride in citizenship, this pride in this fighting for freedom.
Exactly.
His backstory is that he'd actually fought alongside. He had been alongside Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War, and so he deserves his commanding officer position, and so right here in Pensacola, and his opening line is saying, and I listened to it, I'm Florida born, I'm Alabama born and Florida raised.
Come on.
And so here you have this gentleman who lends his military experience, his leadership experience, his field experience to the Florida militia, which is now the Florida National Guard.
Absolutely.
So this brother stands tall in that performance and saying, this is why we're here, this is why we're celebrating.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I'm so excited. And then we're going to have a military drummer, and a lot of people know him as a teacher, as a band director, Lawrence Young Jr.
Oh, okay.
And so that military component is so important. And so I'm so very excited and so thankful to both the Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy. You mentioned Miss Celestine Lewis, who said, "Bring this to my church."
Right. Exactly.
But under the academy, and so then Reverend Lonnie David Wesley, who's at who heads up Greater Little Rock Baptist Church.
And you know what I've noticed also, even with this production, I see where you're going. You got even all the way to the hip hop era. So therefore, every link of that, which I believe that attracts younger people anyway. And I'm saying that to make this point that I really want to reiterate the fact of how important it is that the family bring out the family to understand. I mean, the tidbits that we're talking about today, that you'll be able to see and understand the storyline, and which is education. Knowledge. And see, I got to incorporate this into what you're talking about today, because I think it's so important, because I want people to realize, and I say this strongly, that you are yet educating them on with Black history.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
We don't have to do just Black history in February.
That's right.
We celebrate Black history every day.
That's right. That's right.
So therefore, here is a piece of production that's going to bring some parts of Black history alive that you were not even aware of.
That's right.
And think about the knowledge. And I mean, with Ms. Lewis behind this, of course, you know. But the fact of it is, I think that's powerful. That's a powerful message. And I think that if we are going to continue, I believe, with the things how they are, and I'm only connecting the dots. This is where it falls when we take our education, educate our own, to teach them what they are trying to take away from them. And look at this and how you've turned it into a production so they can see it, play out the parts.
That's it. They will see real people
Yes.
in there. So these are real Pensacolians,
yes.
however they got here, whether they're Alabama born.
Thank you, and Florida raised.
And Florida raised.
Hey.
It is these are real people who made history. So they will see a nurse in here who is front and center trying to save lives.
Right.
They will see people celebrating. They'll see politicians in here, because when we think about this thing, whether it's our city or our county, it's all of these different jobs and industries that make this thing we call this city, this community work.
Most certainly.
Yeah, and they'll
Connect
see children in here, children celebrating, in here. So I can't wait till the full production. This is a part of it. This is this is probably two-thirds of the full
Are you going to
production.
record it?
Yes. Don't know if it's going to be public. It'll be.
I understand.
Maybe
You have it for your library
later.
I got you.
But yeah, you know my husband, so it's always technology is always in there.
I think the interesting thing about this play, and this is like Robyn's, she's not going to say it, but I will say it. Robyn did Viola a few years ago, and it was a wonderful production, and that they mostly dealt with the issues of having a hospital here. They believe it was the first black hospital that people of color could go to, and how it was held in a house in the area, and people came to it, and it really did well until tragedy happened, you know.
Understand totally.
And once the tragedy happened, that set it up. So this young lady is a visionary.
Yes, she is.
She's a wonderful visionary, because she just takes what information she starts with, digs in deeper to gain the research.
That she does.
And build stories around it.
Yes, she does.
And the issues that happened. So it makes it where it's real issues, it's real information, it's real understanding of how life changes.
That's right.
You know, and it's so connected. And as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, my doctorate dealt with the same thing, because I did it for military members, looking at their careers and how prepared they were for the civilian workforce.
Right.
But I wrote music for it. I actually wrote the lyrics, wrote the music. That's how I met Al Martin. And Al Martin was basically the best musician I've ever known in my life.
God, he was something else.
And he took that music, because I was just singing it. He took the music, we made it, we cut it in the studio. He put his track down. And when I went to see him about it, I said, "Where are you?" I said, "You have already finished?" He said, "I'm gone. See you."
You did.
And I said, "Well, I got to go in there by myself." He said, "You do." I went in. He did one track, one time. Guess what I did? One track, one time.
I tell you, working with professionals.
They will call you to let that level out.
And we put it together. And that randomly went out to anyone who answered my survey that's in the military, to look about how prepared they are. So once again, I think God has this wonderful control over us on how we look at things here, and they'll reappear someplace else. They represent themselves over and over again. So we realize how connected we are in terms of not just what we do, but what we know and how it should be presented. And it always says, if you look at how people learn, you know, they learn auditorily, they learn by actually visually, they kinetically. These are all the things. Those were all a part of my doctorate as well. So once again, she's got this interplay.
Yes, she does.
So it's a wonderful, wonderful production that we're hoping people will come out to hear and realize we ain't playing.
But come on now.
We ain't playing.
Well, and she sings. Let me just put it back on you. Thank you for those words. But she sings with some attitude.
Give me a note.
So, I thought you were talking about me. Okay, I was gonna.
I love you, Robyn.
Wait.
Robyn, you're my girl.
But don't sing.
I mean, like, you know, you and I, we can talk.
But don't sing.
Y'all are so funny. Y'all are funny.
You're so fine in saying that too. You said she's saying but don't sing. Don't sing.
Don't sing a thing.
Don't sing. Stay in your lane, Robyn.
I'm going to. I'll sing like two or three notes. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. That's it.
And she's sitting down.
And she's sitting down. She didn't have to stand up. And it was still, I could hear it from the diaphragm, not coming from the throat.
If you Yeah,
I didn't know there's a difference. It's a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, big difference.
That's why she sings.
Yeah, throat singing, they're done quickly.
Oh,
really quick.
okay.
They lose the ability.
Oh,
Yes.
And that's why you hear that people have nodules. They form on the vocal cords because they're singing too hard, passing wind just right through here. And
Exactly, not
all
bringing
the
it
way
from the
up.
diaphragm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the way that during one of my favorite pieces, I was just looking, is it is really love, where she is singing to both Abrahams. So she's singing to her man,
and
Abraham Jackson, and she's
Lincoln.
singing to Abraham Lincoln, asking,
let him know.
Yes,
You know, I'm tired of you, Abraham.
and she lets him know, and it is that attitude that comes. It doesn't override the song, but it brings the song to life. It brings the words to life. And so we did a performance last November for the Florida Humanities Council, and they went. You could hear people in the audience go, you could hear them like tell them, you know. And so they were.
I think I had my hand on my hip.
I think you did too. I think you did too. I think Sarah. Yeah, I think Sarah. Yeah,
Sarah's
Sarah had
got
some attitude.
she does. Now we'll be calling you Sarah all the time. Sarah.
Sarah has some attitude. Sarah has some attitude.
But this is great with conversation we're having today. And listen, everybody, I want to put this on your calendar. It's this weekend, 4 o'clock at Greater Little Rock Baptist Church there with Pastor Lundy Wesley. You know exactly what the church is. We had breakfast there a couple of weeks ago. It was jam-packed. Now, I want you to come on out this weekend, and feel it just as much.
Right.
The event is free. We're going to be telling you more about it, Dr. Sarah. Oh. And, of course, my girl, Robyn Reshard, right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
I joined the Navy out of high school. Like many veterans, I live with my disability every day. There is no VA hospital in the Panhandle. That's wrong. Gay Valamont knows our veterans deserve the best care close to home. A leader shows their character by who they fight for. Gay fights for veterans. I'm voting for her for Congress.
I'm Gay Valamont, and I approve this message.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
Early in life, Tony found a love for craftsmanship through building furniture. Growing up in cabinet shops, he was drawn towards custom cabinetry, designing, and creating new and functional spaces, and to be able to share that passion with his clients, helping them turn their ideas into something special, making sure you get more for your investment.
Every kitchen and bath starts with your unique vision. I just bring it to life.
Master-built cabinets, beautifully handcrafted and customer designed.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. You know, I am so pleased to say that we are kicking off Women's History Month because there are so many women that do so many things. There's a quote that I want to share with you, and it reads, "For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it." And that is a quote from the poet Amanda Gorman. Remember, that is so perfect. I want to recognize her because each day I'm going to recognize somebody with a quote that's, have done so many great. And she's such a young poet that's done so well. And there's so much meaning in just those few words. Only if we're brave enough to be it. The light is there, but can you be it?
Right.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And not hide it. So, you know, in the Christian tradition, we talk about not hiding your light up under a rock, not putting it, not hiding it, not sharing it, not exposing it to other people.
Exactly. Yeah. And just like with you, I don't want you to hide this, that you've written all of this. I mean, there's a young lady that I try to mentor her. She's with me a lot. You probably see her with me everywhere I go. But she talks about you. She's, oh, I just love Miss Robyn. Oh, I just love Miss Robyn. And that's no joke. Everywhere I go, because I take her out because I want her to take on to see some of the things that one day when I say I want to sit down, somebody can take it and keep going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to you, and every time, the day at the breakfast, she was there. Oh, Miss Robyn just make me laugh. But she gets it.
I was there to honor you. I love that too.
I mean, no, she loves it. And when she speaks, you see, she's getting something from what you're saying. That's what I'm saying when you can deliver. And some people can't get it, but it's the way you deliver. It causes people to feel relaxed and to comprehend where you're going. And I love that about you. And I mean, the fact that I just found out that you wrote, you're producing all of this play.
And will narrate.
And gonna narrate. She deserves that.
On Sunday,
I mean, that's a great big. Why?
So let me just say that these characters really wrote this, because I don't write unless they speak to me.
Right.
And so they really have to. I can't wait to when Sarah is singing to Abraham. Now this song is not in this performance, but when Sarah is singing to Abraham, she gets very. I'll just say sexy and leave it there.
Come on.
Because we're talking about this love between these two people, this long love between these two people, but I can't write until they speak to me and say it. And I think that's what, one, let me go back to, you know, the wonderful things that Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy does. I had a chance some years ago to visit the school, and I think it may have been my first or second time there, when they were in their old location.
Right.
And I'm walking through and I'm hearing Hamlet. And kindergartners.
Yes.
Kindergartners in here, and they weren't doing, you know, the whole play, but they were listening to pieces of it. And I'm thinking, what? And the teacher said, she said, we do it and we provide it to them in the time, in the language that they can understand, and the concept that they can understand. But kindergarten's in first grade, maybe it was first grade, not kindergarten, first grade that they were doing this. But it's these words that are lifted off of the page, and so they speak to me, and this, you know, speak to me to do this, to really bring these stories to life. But this piece that I cannot wait, I was telling her, I think I told you some of the words. I was like, whoa, Sarah is like deeply in love with Abraham, and the ability to express that she's in love. She remembers that love, and so the ability to express it, that's why a performer like Sandra, like Dr. Winborne, is so important to really to bring these characters to life. Yeah, but it was really my honor to write these, to be a vessel to put this on paper.
Well, I congratulate you. And I've always told you, I mean, she's good. Give a person their props. Let's see somebody else want to give you your props too. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. I have to call in and speak to all of my favorite women. How y'all doing, ladies?
Look at Okay, I can hear a lot of wind blowing, so therefore you are going to have to stand still or take us off speaker.
Let me see. I'm going to see if I can get in my car.
You're going to have to. We can't have that distraction there.
Yeah, because it's windy outside right now. But yes, I just wanted to call and just say, you know, I was so happy to hear each one of y'all voices this morning. I love to see that light that's shining through each and every one of y'all, and all that y'all bringing out to the community, and all the education that everyone is bringing. It's such an enlightenment to have our women continue to do what they always have done, to be the backbone, be the leaders, and be that stronghold, and always somebody that we can count on when we need them the most. And that's what y'all doing, and what y'all representing, and how y'all move through life. And it's just breathtaking. And I just could not call and say thank you for everything that our black women have done for us each and every day of our lives.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I pray that everybody have a blessed week and that the show
see
go
you
off
Sunday.
with no missteps and that it enlightens everyone.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Martin.
He gets prize
You're
number
welcome.
2.
Thank y'all.
Okay, now, he going to get prize number 2. Okay. All right, love. You have a great day. And I tell you, and if you would like to call and give these ladies their prop, please do so, because I believe that it's okay, because sometimes we don't feel like we can just uphold one another. Before we try to uphold, we want to tear you down. So let's give them their flowers.
That's right.
I mean, give it to them. That's what it's supposed to be.
It's about sharing the light. I had the opportunity
Exactly.
to be part of a women's conference that Carol Carlin hosted, and so to see all these different women from different perspectives come together over this concept of hope,
Right.
You know, and so to be that, and we've done that even without fanfare, as Dr. Eric was talking about, even without fanfare or you know, or press or anything. We've just continued to do that and to fight to get what is, I will say, rightfully ours.
It is rightfully
as
ours.
human beings. And so here you say that I want you to pursue these concepts of life, liberty, and happiness, and yet you want to say, but do it over here, or do it over here, and so you end up leaving out a whole bunch of people because you can't fathom the greatness in others or that light in others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And I
yeah,
just
so
think
I
that it's so
appreciate you
powerful.
brought that light in at the top of the show.
Most certainly,
Yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
I think we should all learn to do that, because it's not going to hurt you, it's going to make you better. You'll feel so much better, even with the fact that I like to, people always asking me, why do I always say I love you? Because I'm talking about the agape love that we should all share. And you know, I think when a person knows that they care, I love you, Robyn.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, if once we do that, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the fact when you're talking about that light, it's okay. And I think that's something that, even with how you brought it and incorporated, when you say, you know, God gave you the vision, but you put it on paper. But when you brought all of these different entities together, he knew how to lead you to make it work. Everybody can't act.
Everybody can't write.
Everybody can. You said it. Everybody can't write, but they think they can. But when they come back and they can see it from another vision, from another aspect, that there's another way to it. And no, but keep doing what you're doing, because
I mean, when I was in high school 12,000 years ago.
Listen to 12,000 years.
You know how you do your senior play, you're getting ready to graduate, so they do the senior play. So I went out for the production. I don't even remember what the production was, but I went out, you know, because I thought, well, I want to act. So I went out, and they said this was, I think, you know, your peers and the drama team.
Of course, I understand.
They said, Robyn, we think you should direct.
Meaning the actor was off.
Don't. So to have them gently say that, and we did the play with success. I got my little flowers at the end, but I still remember how they cared enough for me to tell me, this is not your lane.
Exactly.
This is not your,
And so you accepted it and moved
on. But here we want you to direct.
I think, and that's funny, because I think the first time I really was able to be a part of a group at school, we did Finian's Rainbow.
Oh, wow.
And how significant was it that I was the sharecropper? And you know what? We're young, so we don't realize what sharecropping is, but I was the sharecropper.
Come on.
But they gave me the singing role. And then I had other people that were mad at me because I made the singing role my role.
I got you.
And so all of a sudden, the sharecropper was bigger
than theirs.
And everybody else.
There you go.
They said, where'd she come from? That's, in fact, that is how the free lessons came.
Okay.
It's because
I got you. And they heard it. I got you.
Wow.
I wish I could say that. I can remember Mr. Jenkins telling me, "More, sit down."
What?
I thought I could sing.
Oh, that was not your lane.
That was not my lane.
Your lane.
I can hear Mr. Jesse Jenkins today. And
They just told you in a different
way. Well, you
way.
just sit down. I mean, but you know, talking. I went on. I did the play.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my lane.
Yeah.
We have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you ladies, and you have inspired me. I will nearly be 60 soon, and I have been writing poems and songs for a very long time, but I haven't, other than in church, shared them really with anybody, so I'm inspired to, to write a book. But I just wanted to say something to show you how much I appreciate you. One of my poems is The Chosen, and I mean, it just reflects each and every one of you. Know that you were chosen. This venture is your calling. To hold in high esteem, your daily achievements won't go unseen. Follow the path that you have been given, steadfast in your perfection. Inspire a mission of strength through leadership and direction. Take pride in your actions, though you may not get a positive reaction. Know that others are watching, respectively cheering you on. I just want you ladies to know that you are valued,
and you are
respected, and you're greatly admired.
And you are. What's your name?
So thank you so much for everything that you do.
And your name is?
Deborah Williamson.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah.
Ms. Williamson. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're very welcome.
All right,
Take care.
have a great day.
Wonderful.
And this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. This is how it works. This is the light we're talking about. Let it be known. You're in your lane. You're in your lane, but we're all in the same book.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That was a beautiful poem because she said that even though you may have to say what you feel, someone else may not get it. They're recognizing you, and even though you may not know it, they see you.
They see you. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to come back with more right here. The Chosen Ones.
Welcome to Little John's Big and Tall, where tall men and big men go for style, fit, and comfort. We offer a wide variety of styles and unique brands that service all sizes from large to 14X, as well as tall sizes from large tall to 6X tall. Our knowledgeable staff are here to make sure you have a stress-free experience and answer any of your questions. Little John's has been named Best of Pensacola and Best of the Bay for 4 years in a row. Visit Little John's at 5700 North Davis or visit us online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com.
It's time to find a health plan that can keep up with your life. A plan that makes getting care convenient, with doctors around the corner.
I can get used to that.
Plus, 24/7 access to care. Plans that keep more money in your pocket, with plan payments as low as $0.
$0. Looks good to me.
Let's find your health solution. Speak to a dedicated Florida Blue agent today. Call 1-850-393-7036 to learn more.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
Where is that? And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. We are the chosen ones.
Thank you, Ms. Williamson. Thank you, Deborah Williams.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. I mean, that was great. But look, we are talking with these ladies who've got a great production that's coming up this weekend. And can you believe we've almost talked an hour? It goes by so quickly. Yeah. Yes. But the fact of it is, I strongly believe when it's something that's really pleasing to the community, because I want to give the tops off of this too. That's what this show is designed for. This is the voice to the community to keep you informed on what's happening in and around the community. And I ask of you, if you've got something coming up and I have not reached out to you, reach out to me. Because every single day I'm trying to find out things to make sure that people know what's going on so that we can get the participation that we need. So we can try to use every avenue we have that touch every corner so that we can get everybody there to be a part of it. There's something I learned years ago when I first got into media. Cal Thornton, rest his soul, he said, it's okay, it's good when you got it by yourself. If nobody else knows about it, nobody gonna be there but you.
That's right.
So we gotta share. That's something I never forgot from Cal Thornton. He told me that.
Share.
That's the light hiding up under a rock that you see, and you have to shine
exactly.
it
You gotta shine
on others.
It's right to share what you have. Now let's go back and talk about some of the things that for this weekend, how they can get there. They don't have to worry about buying a ticket. It is absolutely free. About Dr. Sarah gonna be singing, and because she in love with Abraham, and then other Abraham gonna be listening.
Some grown love.
Some grown love. This ain't no puppy love. Look at you got this little attitude.
Right.
Wait, it may start out as puppy love. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
What's up.
Yes. Maybe I'm gonna tease a little bit. She didn't say we're talking about grown love.
I tell you, but you know what? It's so I love the smile that that she has on her face. But she's got. That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, but Robyn, with this production that you've done, and I want to continue to say to Miss Lewis, because I see with Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy, the part that she's playing in this as well. Kudos to you, Miss Lewis, and continue to do what you're doing so we can support of each other.
Yeah,
that's right.
So it is a thing. I met a couple in town some years ago, and I was amazed at how much money they had. So we were talking, and I don't remember how they didn't mention it, but someone else said, "Oh, you're meeting with them? You know, they're like the as Commissioner Lumen May always says, they got more money than God."
Come on now, that's his line.
It was one of those couples. Their humbleness preceded them. But in thinking that, I'm thinking, well, why are they meeting with me? Why are we having this conversation? But I thought people with money need ideas. People with ideas need money, need resources. Sometimes that doesn't come with, money. It may come with, well, let me print these flyers for you. Let me volunteer. Let me come and, clean the road in front of your place. Or let me come and repaint your building. Those resources can come in a number of different ways. But we need people with incredible vision to see things that we can't see. Because sometimes you get discouraged in the now.
You're right.
That's right. Get discouraged in the now. And so people like Miss Celestine Lewis and so many other amazing women. I mentioned Carol Carlin, Sonshine Moore, so many amazing women. I know she's on a different station, but Sue Strong. So many amazing women in this community who shine their light not only on themselves, but on other people. And they do it in such amazing ways. Dr. Winborne does it. Mamie Webb Hickson.
I had Mamie on my lips.
Dr. LaSharon Wiley.
Yes, that's right.
So many. Nicole Dixon, who titled hers Real Women Radio.
Right.
So many amazing women and some of them have gone on, but Georgia Blackman have gone on before us.
Exactly.
But they laid the way. And so, like Dr. Sandra Winborne, she didn't mention this, but she wrote the book on a children's book on Al Martin. Al's 10 fingers, 10 little fingers.
No, Al's 10 fingers.
Al's 10 fingers.
He used them to play music.
Yeah, and so really setting this vision into motion, but people linking up to make it go further.
I agree with
and
you 100%.
So that's why I really do appreciate Miss Lewis and the way that she linked up, and we were in a meeting. Real quick story, we were in a meeting and we were going to do this production somewhere else, and that at the last minute fell through. And I was just saying, unfortunately we won't be able to do this. And she said, "Oh no, let's do this. We're not going to let this go.
We're going to find a way.
We're going to find a way." And so, one meeting later, 2 meetings later, then then here it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's even bigger and better than we did it the first time.
God always have a plan. When we think He can take it above and beyond
ram in the
what we
bush.
believe.
Ram in the bush.
Always.
I don't even know what a ram is or a bush is, but ram in the bush.
But I want to say this, because I want to go back and reiterate something you said, because when you named off everybody in this community, I think about, when there's a chain that's connected, the link in a chain, but when things mess up is when that chain breaks.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? I'm a strong believer in connecting the dots, connecting. It's not about, this is the analogy I like to use when we're winning. It doesn't matter who get the ball across the goal line.
That all those links.
But it's all those links we're winning.
Yeah.
You may take the ball across, but guess what? it was because of the chain that was linked.
That's right.
That got the ball
That's
across
right.
the line.
That's right. That's right.
And I say that with us as women, with us as a community. Let's connect that chain.
Yeah.
And the stronger we get with that chain, therefore the circle's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But we can do this.
That's it. And
as
you
a
may
team.
lay in wait. One of my favorite people, and I hadn't seen her since she's got this promotion, is Julie Shepard at IHMC. She was their attorney, and now she's leading the organization.
You see?
So here she was at the beginning of that, and you know, just quietly going about doing what she was trained to do, what she loves to do,
Exactly.
and now she's leading that organization.
Absolutely.
So oftentimes we as women, we're helping something rise, and we
Most
don't
certainly.
often become, as you said in your opening, the cream doesn't all get to be seen rising to the top. But you're helping other people rise.
That's
And these beautiful ways that, like Julie, now you can see her, you know, rising to the top. And then how inspiring to other little girls and boys.
That's it's going to be.
To say, I can do this because she did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Even like Alicia Waters, same
Oh God, yes.
Alicia Waters.
Oh, my favorite piece, talking poetry, my favorite piece. I know
so
she does
many of us that are doing so many
Queening.
things.
And
So
yours is
queening,
it. Mine is queening.
Queening.
Queening. I don't know none of her other works, and I mean all those bad. I know Mamie Hicks is saying you using all of those bad words, Robyn. None of her other works.
Exactly.
But queening, it really lifts up women.
Most certainly. Okay, we're down to the bottom. Now, that show is going to be Sunday?
It's going to be Sunday at 5 o'clock. Doors open at 4:30 at Greater Little Rock Baptist Church, and that's at 901 North A Street. And so it is free and open to the public, in part because of the amazing sponsorship of Jacqueline Harris Preparatory Academy, who has education at their focus, that primary education, learning, knowledge at their core. And so we are really grateful to them, to Greater Little Rock Baptist Church and Kakua Institute, which I'm a part of, to come in. And these performers that you're going to see, you may have seen them in one place. Dr. Winborne has education in her bones.
Till this
when
weekend.
you wait till Sunday when you're going to go. Now, see, the people at the church where she sings, they already know.
Right, but
wait
till
this is
you
a
see
whole,
Sunday.
This is a whole
This
different
is even
role.
this is even separate from there, because I usually don't sing this stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
But I tell you, I just want to thank you guys, okay, for getting up to come in, to accepting my invitation to talk about
this was early.
I mean, I know the feeling. But everybody, we're talking about this weekend where you can be a part. Don't talk about it, be about it. It's going to be Sunday at 5 o'clock. Get there at 4 o'clock so you can be on time. Gotta go, but I'm going to leave it as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in whatever you do, I'll guarantee you this: you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow morning, for Joy from Baptist Hospital, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Continue to shine while I'm gone. Have a great day. Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.